I was watching the Eagles game against the Cardinals, and I was enjoying the commentary by Aqib Talib, the Fox Sports analyst, five-time Pro Bowler, won a Super Bowl with the Broncos, and now working for Fox. And Aqib Talib joining us on the program. How would you rate your performance so far, Aqib?
I don't have to rate it, Dan. I just go out and try to have a little fun. So, I got pretty good feedback. I rated off the feedback. So, I got pretty good feedback from the guys over at Fox. So, I guess it was decent.
But also, it's really important to get people who are going to be honest with you, because a lot of people just say, hey, man, sounded good. And if they say that, then say, well, what did you like? Like, you got to, if you really want to know, if you approach this the way you did as a defensive back, hey, I want to be great. How do I be great? You have to approach it the same way, and hopefully you got some people who won't just go, yeah, that was good, man. I enjoyed it. Ask them, or was there anything that you didn't like? Because if you do ask those questions, you might get some answers that can really help you.
Right. And I do that, Rich. Dan, I'm sorry. I do that. I got some people on my team who brutally honest. So I think from week one, from the first game to the second game, I think I improved, and I think it had a lot to do with the criticism that I received from people who I asked.
But also, you're looking at this from a defensive perspective, or at least I get that feeling. A lot of analysts are offensive, players, former quarterbacks. Are you purposely looking at it from a different perspective because you played defensive back?
Well, I think I look at it. I just watch the game and talk about it as I see it. So naturally, I see it as a defensive person, a defensive perspective. So I think I call the game that way. So I think that just comes naturally.
And then you start to break things down. Like, it's weird to watch a game that way. Are you watching off the monitor, or are you watching the actual game itself?
Well, I watch the actual game itself. So I just watch and see what coverage they in. Once the play starts, I see what coverage they in. My eyes kind of move to the quarterback, and I see where he throw the ball at, and I know kind of what he's throwing the ball into, because I know what coverage they're in. So I always start with the defense, see what they playing first, and then my eyes move to the offense. But I'm watching the game off the field itself.
And I love that you just tell it as it is. I feel like I'm watching a game with a former player, but not a former player who went to broadcast school. You're just saying, hey, this is what I see, and this is what I'm saying, and it's refreshing. And I hope you're able to still be yourself, because a lot of times the executives come in, or producers or directors, and then they want to change you a little bit. I like that it's not polished, but I didn't expect it to be, because you're starting out and trying to figure all of this out. But it feels honest, Aqib. That's probably the best compliment I can give you. It feels honest in what you're telling me when you're breaking things down. Are you worried about being too honest in that position?
I'm not. I go off the audition. During the pandemic, I had an audition, and we kind of did it over the Zoom call. We called a game. Me and Kevin Burkhardt called a game over Zoom. And however I called the game on there, it was good enough for me to sign a 3-game deal with Fox.
Oh, good.
So, if it was good enough to do that, then it was good enough to give me a second game. So I only know one way to do it. You know what I'm saying, Dan? I don't know how to not be myself, and the executive haven't came in and told me to not be myself and not be honest yet. So I only know one way to do it. So that's the way I'm doing it.
Who's picking out the game day outfits there for you?
Oh, I am. I'm doing all the wardrobe. I always been a dresser of myself, But I have a suit lady. I have a suit lady at the company, Elevate, and she always does a great job. I kind of give her the feel what I'm kind of going for, and she always do a great job bringing it to life.
Who would you rather face, Kyler Murray or Jalen Hurts?
Oh, that's a tough question. They both so similar. They bring a lot of stuff to the table. As far as, when that pass play break down, they can turn the running backs, and they both throwing the ball super good right now as well. Man, that's a tough question, man. You're going to have your hands full with either one, Dan.
Yeah, but you got to pick though, Aqib. Come on, you're an analyst now.
I'd rather play Jalen Hurts, Kyler Murray. He just got another year of experience under his belt. I think he's a little further along in his progression right now. So as of right now, today,
yeah,
I take Jalen Hurts. I play against Jalen Hurts.
What was the scouting report on Roethlisberger when you played?
That he'll hold the ball, create that extra second. He was in that category with those quarterbacks, the ones that you got to, instead of 2.5 seconds, we got to guard our receiver for 3.5 seconds because Big Ben, he'll shake a guy off, and he'll create the extra second. What else we had on Big Ben? He had a great deep ball. If a guy covered, he'll still try you with a great deep ball. And that was, as far as Big Ben, not Pittsburgh. As far as Big Ben, that was probably the main two things that I had in my notebook.
Yeah. And then you played against and with Brady.
Definitely.
What is that book still accurate of if you were facing Tom now as opposed to, 5-7 years ago?
It's different. It's different. It's changing. A different offense, man. There was a lot of quick game, a lot of over the middle, inside the numbers, seams. There was a lot of those kind of passes. Now it's the field is definitely stretching with that Bruce Arians offense. So it's you have some adjustments. It's some still vintage Tom Brady still in that offense, but it's definitely a lot more passes downfield for Tom.
Didn't you say back in March, I think that Brady was leaving the Patriots? Is that right?
I might have. I mean, I'm saying this what y'all do. Y'all supposed to be able to bring the recording up, but I definitely had the feeling it was over. I remember me saying I think the marriage is over, man. It's burnt out. I remember saying it's burnt out. I think, and I remember predicting that Tom was gonna move on.
Yeah. And it's a weird thing though that just to see him, in Tampa. Did you get yelled at by Belichick?
I did. I think just about everybody got yelled at by Belichick. So yeah, practice definitely in practice. A few times in the game, yeah, Bill. He's not gonna bite his tongue. So if you in the mix, if you in the game in the mix, you probably gonna get yelled at from him. You know what I'm saying? Sooner or later.
He's Aqib Talib, the Fox NFL analyst, 5-time Pro Bowler, won the Super Bowl with the Broncos, Super Bowl 50. This Friday, the Vikings take on the Saints. Special Christmas Day matchup. Coverage begins at 3:30 Eastern on Fox, NFL Network, and streaming on Prime Video. Do you have any beef left over with somebody that, that's not going away even though you're not playing anymore? Are you mad at anybody?
Nah, I never really played mad at nobody. I mean, somebody do something disrespectful in the game, I usually handle it. But I kind of leave it where it's at. I have no beef with nobody in the NFL right now, man. A lot more friends than enemies in the NFL.
Who's the wide receiver that you lined up and you knew this is going to be a long day?
Calvin Johnson.
Yeah.
I followed him around, I think 3 times or 2 times in my career, and I think I played against him maybe 4 times in my career. And every time, man, I watching it on tape, I'm like, this guy is the best. Then when we got to the game, it definitely translated, and he was definitely the best in the game.
Who's the quarterback you loved to face?
Quarterback who I loved to face? Oh, let me go back. Take you, Jason Campbell. I'm going to go back a little bit, man. I enjoyed playing against Jason Campbell. Felt like he was on my team some of the time. No, I definitely love. He threw me 3 interceptions one game. Oh man, I seen him in the lobby. I seen him in the lobby at a hotel one time in Miami, Super Bowl time. Told him he was my favorite quarterback. Definitely Jason Campbell.
Oh, that is so good. Wow. Did he think that it was a compliment, or did he know?
No, I don't know. It was Super Bowl time, so it was a young league, Super Bowl time, man. Had a couple guys with me. My brother was with me, man. He was hanging out, checking into the room. So
that is rough.
I think coming from me, he probably knew what I was talking about.
Well, I think he would remember he threw 3 picks. And so if
Definitely.
you walk up to him and he's like, "You're my favorite quarterback, man." He's
Yeah, he knew exactly what I meant.
Hey, well, good luck with, the rest of the year. Hopefully you got some more games in there. And we appreciate your time, Aqib.
Appreciate you. Thank you. Y'all take care.
All right, that's Aqib Talib.